back to the channel. I think this is part 5 in the build series on my son's 2018 Ram 1500 Tradesman. So I'll leave the link down below if you haven't followed along with where we are so far. We've done a few things to the truck, some tires and wheels upgrade, rock lights, just some small upgrades here and there that we've covered so far from where it started when we first got it. Today we're doing another pretty big deal and upgrade to the truck. We're going to do some color match paint on it. So in preparation for that, we're going to let the body shop paint that. Unfortunately, I don't have any capabilities to paint anything, or at least paint it and have it turn out worth of crap. So we're going to let the body shop take care of that, but we are going to pull the parts for them, get them all prepped, ready to go, and then take it to them so they can make sure it's color matched to the truck. So I'll show you what we've got so far. So we've got a new, I think it's Red Rock grill, and I'll leave a link to all these parts down below so you can check them out if you want to. So it's going to replace the front grill area. Then we're going to get the bumper pad painted, and we're going to take off this front steel bumper and have it painted to match as well. And then while we're at it, I know everything's filthy right now. It's been raining around here. We're going to take the mirror covers off. I think they'll come off relatively easy, and have those paint matched as well. And then we're going to also take off the black steel back bumper and have it paint matched while we're at it. So we've got a little bit of work on our hands. I think the back bumper will be really easy to take off. Just a few plugs for the license plate bracket lights and the trailer towing harness lights. These, I believe, will be relatively easy to get off. The grill we've already had off multiple times doing a few upgrades and the lights and whatnot, and in one of our other videos when we replaced the Ram head logos on mine and this truck. And so we've had it off a couple of times, and that's easy to do. The front bumper thankfully doesn't have any sensors or anything in it that we've got to worry about wiring, but that one's going to be a little bit trickier because it ties in over here and is bolted in, and underneath there's a lot more going on with it. So we're gonna take our time with it, make sure we keep up with all the nuts and bolts and pieces so we can hopefully get it put back together correctly, and see what it looks like once it's all color matched. So stick around and watch the video if you want to see the results, and if you want to follow along with the series, be sure to hit subscribe, and if you got any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll get to the video and start taking things apart. Alright, so we got the first step done. The bumper is off and in the bed of the truck, and so we've got to get the plastics off of it, and the last little bit from the trailer hitch and the license plate lights and stuff. So we'll get that next, but it came off pretty good. There's two main bolts on this side and kind of an alignment tab right here that holds it on, and then the thing that kind of tripped us up to start with, there's two bolts behind the license plate bracket that hold it to the metal trailer hitch towing package here, and of course the two bolts over here. And then that was it. It just slid straight off, and that's step one completed. And now we've got to get the plastics off so we can clean it up for paint, and then we're going to move on to the mirrors and the front of the truck. Alright, here's our current situation. So thankfully everything has gone pretty smoothly so far. We've got the front grille out, we've got the bumper pad off, we've got the bottom bumper shell removed. It wasn't that bad. We've got 3 main studs or bolts that you have to take the nuts off the back of it on either side, and it comes right off. And then the bumper pad and everything came off. You do have to come in from behind through the access on the wheel well to get the screws out for the bumper pad, and then they come out of these little slots. You have to be careful because it's got some tabs on it that lock it in, so you just get those tabs loose and then it slides right out. But again, there's one screw that comes in right here on the side, and then there's one that comes in through this access panel that holds this bumper pad on, and then it just slides off. And then we've got the mirror covers taken apart, and they're off. We've got the mirror brackets and everything held together with some zip ties temporarily, so this doesn't come off in case we have to drive it or take it anywhere. So that'll be all right until we get those painted and put back on. And then I've already shown you we've gotten the rear bumper off. Here's everything in the back of the truck. Mirror covers. The bumper pad is back here. There's the rear bumper. We're fixing to take the plastics off of it and the lights and everything off. And then we've got to then take these brackets off, the lower air dam off, and then clean everything up real good with the pressure washer. And we'll be ready to take these parts to the body shop and get them painted. One more side note, I did a video on my truck for the Morimoto blinker lights and turn lights, puddle lights, whatever, install. And I showed a little bit better how to take these mirrors apart and how all that works. So I'll leave the link down below if you want to see that in a little bit more depth. All right, so thankfully everything went really well. I was surprised. Usually something breaks, something doesn't work out right. Of course, everything's not back together yet. We got to go take it and get it painted and then put it back together. But here's a look at the new grill. Again, we got it from American Trucks. It's the Red Rock Boss grill, I think is what it's called. We're going to paint the outer edges white, and then this piece here in the middle white, leave the rest black accents. And then it's got some amber DRL lights. We're going to figure out if we're going to hook those up to run all the time or with the headlights. We've got the bumper pad separated and off, and in the back we've got the mirror covers off. We've got everything cleaned up, and then we've got the two bumpers all taken apart. There's the rear bumper in the front, all the plastics, the lights, everything off of it, ready to go. It's filthy, so we've got to get it cleaned up. And then there's the front bumper with all the brackets, the closeouts for the fog lights or tow hooks. We're going to decide what we do with that. Everything is ready to go. We just got to clean it up. There's the stock grill back on in the front of the truck. It's missing a few pieces now. And then we're going to get this thing painted, and then hopefully it goes back together as easy as it came off. We got a couple of parts back from the body shop already painted. They wanted to do some testing to make sure how well the color matched. It is white and everything, but with a little bit of age on the truck, they wanted to make sure they hit it dead on as possible. And so they went ahead and painted parts of the front grille, and then they painted the mirror covers. And so everything looks like it turned out real well. We've been riding around with the zip ties on to hold all the pieces together. So we're going to cut that loose now and go ahead and pop these new mirror covers back on and see how it looks. Here it is with the two new mirror covers installed. It turned out great. Already starting to transform the look of the truck, looking a lot more like a sport truck, sport off-road truck if you will. Of course, we got a lot of work to do with the front end still, waiting on those parts to be finished up. And then of course we've got the rear bumper taken apart, disassembled, and at the body shop as well, and that will be finished here shortly too. And this will be like a brand new truck with all the parts on it. But yep, there's a look at the brand new painted mirror covers. Went together perfect, looked really good, and now it's on to the next step. Parts are back from the body shop, painted and looking great. We've got our grill insert piece with the accents painted to match. We've got our main front bumper all painted, ready to go with the brackets back on it. We've got our rear bumper painted, ready to go. And we've got our bumper cover all painted to match. We've got our grill shell in the house we've got to get. And we've already put the mirror caps on. We cleaned the plastic trim pieces with some Meguiar's plastic trim cleaner. Here we go right here. Ultimate Black Plastic Restore. That seemed to work really well. So that's all clean, ready to go. So now we've just got to get our brackets back and start putting it back together and hope we don't have any leftover pieces. Here's a quick look where we are so far. We've got the bumper pad put back on, the front bumper put back on, all the brackets and everything installed, front license plate, and here's the grill. So we've got to put the brackets and everything in the installation kit on it, and then we got to get it on the truck. But it's looking great so far. And here we are, guys, all buttoned up, back together, painted to match, looking great. It's actually been a little while since we put all the parts together, got them painted. They've been on the truck for a little bit now, tested out. Everything's working great. Fit and finish is really good. Again, I'll leave all the links to the parts that we bought, which we didn't buy much. We bought the grill and we got the letters online, of course, and we wired all that up. But the bumper pad, the stock bumper, and the rear bumper, the mirror covers, all of that, you know, came on the truck. All we did was disassemble everything, take it to the body shop, and have it painted to match, and put it all back together. But I tell you what, it turned out fantastic. It transformed this truck immensely. It's a completely different truck, as you can see. So let's take a closer look. So here's a look at the front end of everything. So of course we got a new grill put in there. Again, I'll leave all the links to everything down below. Grill turned out great, fit and finish is good. Came with the three amber lights that we've got wired up to the fuse box. Those look good. Now, again, this is my son's truck that we're redoing for him. So we've got these Ram letters offline. And like I said, it's been a little while since we did the original install, and you can kind of tell they've got a little bit of a yellowing look to them compared to how they came, you know, brand new. So he's debating on whether or not to keep those on there or maybe do something a little bit different. We've got something in mind, so if you want to subscribe or stick around, see what we've got in mind in one of the next videos coming up. Check that out. But the bumper pad, everything came off. They added some sort of flex additive to make sure that the paint wouldn't crack or anything, and that turned out phenomenal. Of course, the stock steel bumper, they sanded it, painted it, turned out great. Mirror covers came off. All of that's painted to match now. Really blends the truck together. Looks like a sport off-road truck, I guess, if you will. And then of course the back bumper also came apart. We took it all apart, took it to them to paint and match, and it turned out great as well. So overall, the truck really has transformed into something new. We've got the wheels and tires on there. He's working on a few other projects and gonna try to do some exhaust and some other upgrades to it. But that's what we're looking at so far, and really happy with the way it turned out. They did a great job on the prep work and the paint. Everything turned out great, and so that's what we've got. Here's a look at this side here. Same setup, same everything. Mirror covers, wheels and tires, and the bumper. Everything turned out just fine. Looks good, and happy with the results. So if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you sticking around. Hope you have a fantastic day. If you like this kind of content, we're working on my son's truck, my truck, doing all kinds of upgrades. We do other stuff on the channel too, travel videos, vacation, hobbies, stuff like that. So you may find something you're interested in sticking around for. Appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, leave them down below. I'll try to answer them the best I can. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.